Now, Puff Daddy has been one of the biggest names in rap and everything and entertainment. He's a producer. He is a dancer. He is a entertainer. What does Sean Puffy Combs do? What makes him so great? People ask me a lot, like, dude, what do Puffy really do, man? He just a rock man. Like, what? How does he do all this, bruh? I know you know. I like instead of asking this man, they come right to me. Now, let's take a look at what Sean Puffy Combs gifts him. When he came into the promise of him wanting to do music and create artists, put out his own brand, when he was working with Andre Harrell and the vision he saw with Jodeci and other artists, Sean Puffy Combs has a gift. A lot of people may not like him, but he has a gift. His gift is knowing. He knows talent when he sees it. He knows people who can be stars, who has the potential. He knows. And Mob Deep to Outkast to Craig Mack. When Mob Deep first came out, they were supposed to sign with Bad Boy. They were supposed to sign with Bad Boy, but they could not get Mob Deep to agree on content. Like Puffy loved the way they had the street and the dudes was around them. And when they first came up, they were the prophets. And they were the prolific prophets. Puffy did not like that name whatsoever. He was like, look, I like y'all, man. Y'all got some talent. Y'all really do. Y'all got talent. Y'all gonna make it. But y'all gotta change y'all names. Yeah, y'all need something to say who y'all really are. You know, prophets. I ain't trying to sign nobody trying to preach. I'm trying to, get the streets, the essence of the street. I'm trying to find out who gonna be the voice for that. We got too many guys trying to prophesize. I don't want to put people to sleep. I'm trying to get people moving. You know what I mean? So y'all need to come up with a name. So so it was P and Hab. They sat down, got a pen and paper, started going through names. And when they arrived at Mob Deep, yeah, done. We do roll deep, done. Yeah, sis, done. Yeah, yeah, we Mob Deep. I like that. Yeah, I like that. But they just couldn't come to an agreement. And plus, Clive really didn't want somebody called Mob Deep on the label. So they basically Puff helped them out with Steve Rifkin and starting with Loud Records and going over there and getting a deal there. I mean, he still loved Mobb Deep so much, he was even in the video. It's that shows you how real it was. Puff came to the projects, came out there, kicked it with him, hung out with him, and he from Harlem. He really believed in his artists. Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige was told she couldn't sing. A lot of people said Mary J. Blige, like, what is so special about her? This woman can't hold this note. She can't hold this note. I don't know what she wants to be. She wants to be Whitney Houston. Who is she trying to be? A pop star? I don't know. We can't work with her. Puffy knew what to do with Mary J. Blige. Made her the first woman of R&B. Hip hop R&B. She was the queen of that. They had to create a whole new category for Mary. Because what Mary had was an it quality. And Mary could sing. She just got to hit her notes. Mary talks to the women. Mary talked to people. You can hear Mary. Women hear Mary. They relate to Mary J. Blige. All the stuff she go through every album. You didn't dare me wrong. That's right, girl. Tell that, Mary. You know, women go nuts for Mary J. Blige. Now, I wouldn't recommend playing Mary J. Blige if trying to holler at a woman, because she ain't gonna be in the mood. She gonna be in the mood to start a revolution against you. So that wouldn't be wise. But Puff had a gift from knowing. And oh my gosh, the one group that kept harassing him to try to get signed during the time right before he got big, it was these guys called the Buddha Brothers. And the Buddha Brothers, they were like on some Wu-Tang, dark, oh, I come through like the benefit. Oh. They was, and they had like 55 songs. They had like 55 songs. They were the most persistent. They were the most consistent. They everywhere Puff would be, they were there. What you think about the tape? Did you listen to it? Puff was like, man, look, I got my assistants on it right now. They got it. We all got to sit down collectively and make a decision on what it is we got to do. So I got them all right now. They checking it out. So yeah, we're gonna see what it is. All right, yeah. So get back with me, in a couple of days. And like literally 2 days, Puff was somewhere in like another Atlanta somewhere. They were in Atlanta. Hey, what's up? What you think about the tape? Oh, my boys. Yeah, yeah, man. So right now, they ain't gave back word to me yet. I'm on their timetable. So when they give me the feedback, I got your number. It's on the tape. Man, I like the way y'all organize yourself, man. I like the way your presentation is nice. I got your beeping number and your home number. I'll hit you. So next thing you know, the Buddha Brothers was back. The Buddha Brothers was right back in New York. And I don't know where they were from, but the Buddha Brothers was something else. They showed up again. Like, and then Puff just had to tell him, like, yeah, man, we listened to it, man. And we just don't see no way to make money, man. We really don't. All the songs, they sound the same, man. And did you listen to track 9 though? Track 9, that's where it started to happen. Nah, man. We got to like 6 or 7. Listen, man, they said no. So they the money. So if they say no, I gotta say no. But I'm gonna give y'all some advice for free. Don't rap. Don't produce, don't do any of that. If y'all ever thought about being bodyguards, Puff told them to be bodyguards. And you know what? One of them became a bodyguard. Straight up. They was like, nah, man, we rappers, man. That's all right. We gonna make it though. Y'all made a mistake. One of them ended up becoming a bodyguard. Joining the security guard or whatever. He was end up becoming a security guard. They were some big brothers. But that took That took the kindness out of Puff to do something like that. He's the type to spin Big's death into gold for the rest of the people around him. People don't understand. Now it's easy to look back and say, well, Biggie, man, he was this and that. If you listen to Biggie's demo tape, Biggie would have been another artist from the streets that went gold. It may be that. He'd have been another Redman. He'd have been another one of them artists that was just dope, but could never cross over to make those sales. Biggie first album only sold 2 million records. But as a debut album from an artist you've never heard on really too much of nothing before he came out, that's incredible. Then he just started blowing up. Craig Mack, Craig Mack went gold or sold almost 1 million records just off his energy. But soon as Puff saw Craig Mack one time perform, he was signed immediately. That energy was what gonna bring people the streets, the core, hip hop. But when he tried to get Craig Mack to understand, like, this is where we going with this, all the ruggedness, people want to dance. They want to get out there and dance. So this the avenue we going down. And Big had to be sold on it. And once he started seeing them records sell, he's like, oh, I get it now. Big like, oh, I know how to get the streets what they want and get the people in the crowd that's buying the records what they want. They gonna get the whole smell. So after all this was said and done, things began to change. And as things started to change, you started to see a development with how other players were perceived. Um, Not players, but other artists, how they were perceived. And when it came to Puffy and how he spun everything around him into gold. After Big died, there was no guarantee that, Mace was gonna blow up and all the rest of the people was gonna still stick around Bad Boy and they were gonna have some careers. But he had surrounded himself with not just minions, he surrounded himself with talent. The Locks was talent. Uh, DMX, when they brought X in and Puffy saw that energy, Puff was, how did I let you get by me? On that money, power, respect. I was like, X got on there and they was like, and what's his name was like, Gotti was like, too late. I got it. But Puff was like, yeah, that's a good find. Like, that's the one. Like, he gonna do it. But the Locks, he knew they needed something. He made them change their names. He's like, look, Mary J brought them in there and he was like, look, you guys can rap, but I can't do nothing with a name like Warlocks. That's not gonna work. Just change it to the Locks. He took the war off of it. The Locks is what's up. People don't know what that even means. so they was like, what the hell is a Locks? Style P. Hey, as long as we get on, Daddy, I don't really care. I mean, warlocks, locks, I don't care as long as it's right on the check. It's all good with me, Daddy. So Big started working with them. And Styles P was already on the level. But they got to get Kiss. Kiss was a clever rapper. And when they rapped on certain songs, Big got to bring it out of them. Like, come on, Kiss. Come on, no, forget all that cute stuff. Bring that in. You know, come on, kids, put a hole in them. So they got to work with kids to get them to that level, to get them real grimy. You know, but they had a unit, Black Rob. These guys were able to extend, and this is what happened that was different when Tupac left Death Row. The role was not able, due to the events surrounding him, that the talent around him was scarce. A lot of people didn't know what was going on. They wasn't really working like that, and it was such a chaos over there that when he fell, it was like everything came undone. Puff had the idea to keep everybody together. And Mace album and Puff album were gonna be the staple because Puff album was basically done. Now I'm like Puff album was basically done, and then they took songs that they had that they were working on for the commission and ended up putting that on Puff album to finish it. So a Hell Up in Harlem, Puffy's debut album, Puff Daddy and the Family, that like relaunched Bad Boy. And ever since then, man, it was on. Because the videos they made for Biggie songs with Puffy and Mace in there, and it became like a celebration. Everybody wanted to see Puffy and Mace. They were like the tag team duo, dancing duo. And this was Mace Murder. Mace Murder. He took Murder off his name, called him Mace, and started doing his thing. Outkast was coming out from the ATL, the first rap act ever on the face. Organized, what was that? They had organized confusion, organized noise. The organized noise coming out. And what came along with that? With organized noise. Nothing but hit records. And Puff directed the video for Players Anthem. Man, he was like, look, man, this is how it's gotta look. Atlanta. This and this. He knew Outkast was great. He knew 3000 was special. He knew it. And he knew the world was gonna know it. He's eclectic. It's very few people who could do the things Sean Puffy Combs can do as far as recognizing talent and building something. So I take my hats off to him because not too many people have that gift and know how to use that and execute that to get to the platform he's on. There's no accident he's where he is. And as long as he's breathing, he's gonna be where he's at each year. Puffy gonna be in the top of something because he always knows what's a good idea to be around and what's not. So just think about it. Everybody else got to put a record out to stay relevant. Puffy don't have to put a record out. He don't have to do anything in music really to stay relevant. But when you see him, that's Puffy. He put on a tour to get all those guys who had made all those songs back in the 90s who didn't trick their money off doing stupid stuff. All these guys got back on and made their money. That's the power of Puff.